past is filled with incredible mysteries. The clues to solving them are all around, hidden in plain sight. Concealed in those pages is the key to something much, much bigger. A conspiracy that crosses the globe. And a discovery that the world isn't ready to believe.
Sumer and Babylon. Amongst these vast writings is a story which mirrors the book of Genesis in the Bible. It tells a story of a great flood which reshaped the face of the planet Earth and all of her inhabitants.
Sumerian culture and the Anunnaki, working from the same archaeological discoveries, artifacts, and recovered records as archaeologists and linguists have for 200 years. Sitchin propounds proves, in the opinion of this author, that the Anunnaki, Sumerian, those who came down from the heavens, Old Testament Hebrew, Anakim, Nephilim, Elohim, Egyptian, decided to create a creature to take their place. Enki, their chief scientist, and Ninhursag, their chief medical officer, after getting no satisfactory results splicing animal and Homo erectus genes, merged their Anunnaki genes with that of Homo erectus and produced us, Homo sapiens, a genetically bicameral species, for their purposes as slaves. Because we were a hybrid, we could not procreate. The demand for us as workers became greater and we were genetically manipulated to reproduce. Eventually, we became so numerous that some of us were expelled from the Anunnaki city centers, gradually spreading over the planet, having become a stable genetic stock and developing more precociously than, perhaps, the Anunnaki had anticipated. The Anunnaki began to be attracted to humans as sexual partners and children were born of these unions. This was unacceptable to the majority of the Anunnaki High Council and it was decided to wipe out the human around 6,000 years ago. They, probably realizing that they were going to phase off the planet, began, gradually, to bring humans to independence. Sumer, a human civilization of rulers and tradition of servants of the people was initiated, of Christianity, which is only now coming forward, no longer gun shy of the Inquisition. This tradition, preserving the bloodline, is the one branded heretical and murderously persecuted by the Roman Church. There were no dark ages for this tradition, only for those whom the Church wanted to keep in the dark about the real nature of human history and destroy the bloodline, a direct threat to the power of the bishops. What evidence supports the Sitchin thesis? The astronomical evidence. No concrete problem is going to be solved as long as the experts in astronomy are to suit that scientific knowledge which they lack and dislike. Giorgio's
planets. The writings include detailed descriptions and maps of our solar system matching what we know today and beyond. Collided with the planet Tiamat. The remaining bulk of Tiamat over time became Eridu, became the asteroid belt. In retrograde to the other 9 planets, Nibiru took orbit around our Sun in a long ecliptic or apogee. Lasting 3,600 years, it passes between Mars and Jupiter. This story of reptilian gods from the heavens created man
probably the course of pole shifts, pole reversals, changes in the precessional movement, perhaps even catastrophic bombardment by asteroid-sized space debris that it may drag along with it, since it passes through the asteroid belt area between Mars and Jupiter, and its orbital path may vary depending on the position of the other planets when it comes, though it may have been responsible for the devastation of Mars. A rigorous, the genetic evidence. The recovered records place the location of the Anunnaki laboratory where the first humans were DNA search for places the first woman Homo sapiens, and in the same period, the gold mining engineers of Africa rapid progress from inception to going to Mars soon, after only 250,000 years. does
The
not
discovery of the
respond to
structure
the
of
myriad
DNA
idiosyncrasies of slow evolutionary development of a species such as Homo erectus before us. As so many thinkers have pointed out, we are radically and anomalously different, as discussed in Part 3.
A conspiracy that crosses the globe. And a discovery that the world isn't ready to believe.
This universe that we live in is a creation. We're living in and expressions of the total field of creativity. Universal creativity. Conspiracy in Area 51.
Kennedy assassination, Roswell.
As expressions or little nodes of that colossal cosmic creativity, there's almost a responsibility of pressing or expressing whatever it is that we stand for in the world.